have
Shut the fuck up!
LGBTQ.
These are radical Christians in there that are housing neo-Nazis.
Right, but
you're defending. God, you're so fucking stupid.
They don't.
Every first Friday of the month during Denver's bustling Art Walk, a small but vocal group called the Denver Communists gathers outside Drip Cafe to protest. These protests began in June 2023, even before Drip formally opened, in response to the cafe's initial doctrinal statement labeling homosexuality as a sin. Drip was founded by Jamie Sanchez, who also leads a nonprofit called Recycle God's Love, a homeless outreach that launched in 2012. In 2022, he introduced Project Revive, supporting formerly unhoused individuals through job training, counseling, and housing. The cafe, opened in 2023, employs individuals who have gone through this program. The Denver Communists, often joined by LGBTQ+ allies, say Drip Cafe promotes bigotry through its faith-based doctrine. Despite attempts at revising its website language, the group continues monthly protests aiming to drive it out of the community. We joined the protests for our own on-the-street interviews.
Welcome to Wayne's World, rising above the noise and confusion.
It's Wayne's Word.
Oh.
Can I talk to you a little bit about what's going on here, your protest?
So we're protesting against this place, the Drip Cafe, because it is run and funded by a homophobic church. They put on their website that one of their 7 core beliefs is that they believe homosexuality is a sin punishable by death. And so we think that's bogus and that's bullshit, and we're out here to protest them and tell them to get the hell out of our neighborhood.
Is this the Denver Communists?
Yes.
Okay, what do you like about communism?
That it's about freedom and liberation and trying to build a better world, and that it will be a overall good thing to move past, because capitalism as it exists right now is currently not just killing us but killing the planet as a whole. And we are trying our best to organize, agitate, educate, that kind of stuff. Because we believe that it's important and we believe that it's going to be necessary to survive the coming years because of, climate change, Trump being in office, all that kind of stuff.
I saw at the tent over there, at the Denver Communist tent, it said, globalize the intifada. What's that about?
So globalize the intifada is a phrase related to Palestine. Basically, intifada, I believe, and I could be wrong on this, but I believe intifada means struggle. So globalize the struggle for liberation, just like the struggle for Palestinian liberation that's going on right now, because Israel is genociding the people of Palestine and trying to colonize the land of Palestine and to take it over. And we think that's awful and that's bullshit, and we are fighting hard to make people aware that this is not okay, that this is a genocidal act, and that we are in full support of the Palestinian people, full support of Palestinian liberation. Free Palestine, that's one of our whole big things.
I'm with you on LGBTQ liberation. We've achieved a lot of it here in this country. We've got ways to go, but a lot has been done. But you are the Denver Communists, and are you aware of how communists treat homosexuals or anyone in the LGBT community? I mean, we can talk about, we can go from Joseph Stalin up to Gorbachev.
Well, we hate Joseph Stalin. We hate Joseph Stalin and everything that followed after him.
He was a communist.
He was a Stalinist. He was someone who was an opportunist who seized power and used that power to do really awful things. So we hate him. We hate Stalin. We hate Mao.
Do you hate Gorbachev?
Yes, we hate Gorbachev.
Okay.
Basically, everyone after Vladimir Lenin, our whole thing is we are communists in the tradition of Karl Marx, Frederick Engels, Rosa Luxemburg, Leon Trotsky, and Vladimir Lenin, basically. Now, our big 5 guys.
How do you feel about Nicolas Maduro? Because he still, to this day, is enforcing, well, at least up until 2023, was enforcing a military code that if you were a homosexual, you had to do 3 years in prison.
Yeah, we think he sucks too.
Okay.
We think all the so-called actually existing socialist countries, Cuba, China, Vietnam, Laos, and North Korea, we think they all suck. They are not communists. They are only appropriating communist symbols and language to try to justify their own goals. So we think all 5 of these countries suck, and we advocate for real revolution from below.
But that's a giant chunk of communism, isn't it? These countries that we're talking about. Talk about Cuba, we can talk about East Germany. We can talk about the Soviet Union.
Lenin decriminalized homosexuality and was the first country, the USSR was the first country in the world to decriminalize homosexuality.
Right, but as soon as Stalin took over and enforced communism.
We hate Stalin. We hate Stalin for
I don't
that
make you
kind of
defend
stuff.
Obama's policies. Why are you trying to make me defend Stalin's?
I couldn't defend a lot that Obama did.
Right, I can't defend anything Stalin did, so why are you trying to make me?
Well, you call yourself communist.
Right, but
and
we're
so
not Stalinists.
I'm not finding any examples of this experiment that have had any kind of
And you
lasting
feel-
effect on LGBTQ that wasn't negative, that didn't involve gulags and prison and
Well,
torture.
the founder of our tradition of communism, Lenin, decriminalized homosexuality. So he was the first person in the world to do that.
Right, but under the communist regime, it didn't
Under
last
Stalin,
at all.
Again, who we denounce. Under Stalin, who we denounce, that happened.
Have
Shut the fuck
hurt
up!
LGBTQ.
These are radical Christians in there that are housing neo-Nazis.
Right, but they
and
don't-
you're defending. God, you're so fucking stupid.
They don't push gays off the top
Are
of
you
buildings for being
kidding?
gay.
Shut the fuck up,
they
you
don't.
bigot.
Does that.
Shut the
Israel's one
fuck
that does
up.
that. Honestly, you can just
I'm
go.
just trying to get some real answers.
No, that's not what you're doing, man.
Yes, it is. I'm asking you where this has worked, either radical Islam or communism, that it hasn't resulted in laws that kill, torture, and imprison LGBTQ people. One.
That's what Israel does too. They blackmail people with revenge porn and make them serve in the IDF. This is all facts
But
that you
I'm
ignore,
talking
you
about-
fucker.
I'm talking about Hamas.
We're
and-
talking about Israel and the people that you're ignoring, the people that you're covering up a genocide for, the people that you're running defense for,
You're the
and
one
they
who
don't give a
wants to
shit about
globalize
you.
the Intifada. I'm
Yeah,
not the one who wants
globalized
to do that.
revolution. You don't even know what it means.
you-
Doesn't even make sense within the
Do you
framework of the
do
own
you
argument that you're
understand what
saying.
it would be like for an LGBTQ person to live?
That's
on
not
the
what we're
West Bank or
advocating
Gaza
for, you
Strip?
fucking idiot. You're just changing the argument to make it
I
sound
could
like
learn
you're
what you're
smart.
advocating for if you weren't getting
You
so
don't
threatening
want
and
to
violent.
learn.
I
You
know,
don't
you
want
agree.
to learn.
He needs to learn how to communicate like you do.
Shit!
Oh, are you going to threaten me?
Call her he? Did you misgender her? Did you misgender her?
Apparently. Apparently.
Sandals guy.
Yeah, I'm not cool.
I know, I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Drip Cafe outlaw and punish LGBTQ?
I mean, Drip Cafe would if they could.
Oh, they would? They would outlaw it and then throw people off of buildings because they're
would if they
LGBTQ?
could. They said that
How do you know
homosexuality
that?
They said that homosexuality is a sin punished by death.
That's their religious belief. So what?
Okay.
They
do
have
you
a right
think-
to have that
do you-
religious belief.
Well, if they had control, do you think they wouldn't act on their religious beliefs? They don't want sin in this world. So, what's the natural conclusion to that, man?
Oh, it's not that they would outlaw and kill and torture and put people in gulags the way the communists have.
Well, we're talking about
And the way
theoretical- you're talking
Hamas
about-
has
you're
is the
talking about
elected government
theoretical
of.
communist society. Why don't we talk about
No,
theoretical
I'm not.
society of radical Christians?
I'm not
to
talking
control,
about
man?
theoretical. I'm talking about Cuba. I'm talking about East Germany. I'm talking about the Soviet Union.
Damn. Those
Yeah,
are
that's what I'm talking about. You can't give me one example. Not one.
communist countries where one person can control.
It's not true.
It's true.
No.
That's why they're here.
Look, man.
Yeah,
we're
are you
not-
guys for religious liberty or not?
I don't give a shit.
You don't give a shit about religious liberty?
Nope.
It's the First Amendment. It's your right to stand
Who
here.
says I give a shit about the First Amendment?
Well, you're using it right now. You're standing out here on public property professing your beliefs, and that's a great thing. That's because of the First Amendment.
Yeah, but I don't think a cafe saying people should die is right. I don't have
They
to
don't
completely
say that.
follow it. I don't know. Check the website.
I go
man.
and I've talked to him, and he says, no, we just love everybody. We think everyone's created equal in the eyes of God. Did
That's what his website says.
did Stalin
No
do
hate-
that?
no
Did
hate-
Maduro
no hate
do
like
that?
Christian love, I guess.
Huh?
No hate like Christian love, I guess.
Well, I just don't see the hate, but I've pointed out to you what you're advocating is very dangerous for LGBTQ people.
Okay.
Deadly and dangerous.
That's why I'm a trans person advocating against my own people, right?
Well, you are actually. I just don't think you know it. I actually think that. Yeah. Would you want to go? You want to go live in Palestine right now?
No, because I get bombed by Israel.
Okay, but how about they're not bombing and you just go there during a time of peace and the Hamas government is in charge? What do you think could happen to you?
I would still be tortured by Israel if I lived in Palestine. That's
No.
what they do to Palestinians.
That's not true.
Like,
Israel is a
like,
harbor
before
for
any
LGBTQ
theoretical-
people.
Before any theoretical person would throw me out the
All right,
building,
well, I'm
I'd probably
definitely
die
not
by
going to get an
Israeli
answer
bomb.
to my question.
Yeah, so you took over.
You want to try it?
See ya, man.
Can you just give me an answer of where this has worked for
You keep saying
LGBTQ?
You're not getting an answer.